Mrimi Mwangi, who's joining us live from our city center studios about more details on what was talked about or discussed in that particular forum. A very good afternoon to you, Murimi. Just give us more details about this particular survey or report released by ELOG today.
Good afternoon, Akisa. Now, today's session was part of an ongoing conversation that has been ongoing for quite a long time regarding the participation of Kenyans living in the diaspora in the forthcoming general elections, and set perhaps a precedent with which in future elections and anytime there's a referendum, Kenyans abroad can participate in the elections. But of course, what the session sought to do today was to give the facts on perhaps the numbers of Kenyans out there in the various countries and where it will be feasible to see Kenyans in the diaspora vote. Remember, the IEBC has been categorical that they can only allow Kenyans in the diaspora to vote if in those respective countries there's a population of at least 3,000 Kenyans registered to vote. And that's, of course, to ensure that they can work within a particular cost and still be realistic to see a bigger number of Kenyans participate in the elections. But of course, beyond that, the IEBC came out to say that much as they had anticipated to do the voter register abroad starting March next year, that has to be brought forward a bit due to the changing timelines, and that's of course as a result of the recent Election Laws Amendment Act, which in a way seemed to change the initial timelines that IEBC had set out at the launch of the 2017 elections roadmap plan. Akisa.
So, Mrimi, are we likely to see Kenyans in the diaspora vote in the 2017 general election?
Well, speaking to all the parties that are concerned, the IEBC as well as the civil society groups representing Kenyans living the diaspora, they are optimistic, and judging from their conversations, they are keen to see Kenyans vote. But the question perhaps would be if the political class is serious about, giving the facilitation necessary to see that elections or the participation of Kenyans in the diaspora happen. Remember, the government has been saying that it's going to be supportive of that, of course, as a result of that communication that came from the Supreme Court recently, directing the IEBC to do a progressive registration of voters in the diaspora. And therefore, judging from the conversation today, all the parties are in agreement that Kenyans abroad need to be participating in elections in this country. But of course, whether that is going to happen is going to depend on whether the IEBC is going to get the funds from the government and whether that facilitation necessary, including the facilities that IEBC might need to conduct such elections, is going to be provided. But remember, that will only be for the elections for the presidency. Akisa.
Mrimi, thank you very much for that report. Mrimi Mwangi is joining us from our city center studios.